So for anyone who's not been to one of these events, they don't have a set location like, say, I don't know, PAX if you like gaming conferences, or most other like pick a conference. Most conferences have like a set location. Maybe they change event hall. Maybe they get bigger or smaller. They go between different like halls in that area, but it'll usually be in the same city. But with Guadac and with Academy, most years, I assume there maybe have been some years where it's been in the same country, but most years it'll be a different location every single time, which then also puts you in a situation where maybe the quality of the event is going to differ because the people who are running it may not have as much experience running events.
Absolutely correct.
And that's not to say that,
Absolutely
they
correct.
can't learn or it's going to be a bad event, but like changing event staff every single year is naturally going to cause issues.
Absolutely.
There are very few people that are fixed. Yeah, sorry. There are very few people that are fixed staff and are employed by the two foundations.
Right.
But those are not organizing the event in their town. They are helping the volunteers to organize, to manage the budget, to do all the high-level organization thing, to organize the schedule, to contact people. But for example, the volunteer, at least for Guadec and LAS, Mauro is more expert than me in Academy, the volunteer has to contact the sponsors too.
Right.
The volunteer is in charge of gathering sponsorship.
Right.
Sorry, Mauro.
I just wanted to reinforce what Brody just said about roaming model. And in a perfect world, it makes complete sense. If you think about it, right? We want to go around the world. We want to enable anyone who doesn't have perhaps the means to fly internationally for family, work,
whatever reason,
money, right? It makes sense. We want to nurture the local communities of, their projects that are there and show them that we care about it. It's a beautiful concept in a perfect world. Sure. Sadly, I don't live in a perfect world. And when you put it into the real world, then it creates a lot of additional stress, time, and money needed to get it done at the level that you want. And sometimes you can't, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. So every time this happens, an event needs to file open bids for finding the venue. And it takes time, it takes stress. You need to go around and ask volunteers, ask people. It's time, right? It takes time. Maybe you don't find it in a place that is good for your goals, because you're trying to put together so many things that need to be just right at the same time, while the clock is ticking, because the next event, you can't just start skipping, this year and then next year, and then people don't care anymore, right? So there's a lot of additional stress and work required. And while I really agree with the fact that the local communities are enabled, what are the main goals of the event, right? We can't win everything. And if you take as example, I will take two of the largest, most successful free and open source events that happen in the world, FOSS them in Europe and Scale in the United States. What do they have in common? They never moved in like 20 plus years. You build, most humans are creatures of habit. Adults have responsibilities, right? Most likely jobs, some have families. It's very helpful if you say, the first week of February every year, I go to Brussels for FOSS them. Hey, wife, and you don't even need to ask, or husband, or companion, or employer. Yes, you need to take the week off because you're going to, right? It's a thing that you can predict. It's not like last minute say, oh my God, where are we going this year? Is it here? Ooh, well, how do I get there? Not everyone is a season traveler. Like, oh, which airline? How do I go? Do I need a train? Where's the hotel? What languages do they speak? Because, well, especially in Europe.
Visas.
Right? Yeah. And so by building a familiarity and a predictability together with all the efficiencies that we mentioned, we think it can be good for the event itself. Yeah.
There's two more things
Sorry, can I add just one little thing?
Go ahead.
Currently, in these events, we have many attendees that are working for companies that are already sponsoring these events.
Right.
So when talking to these attendees, they like the roaming model because they don't face the issue of organizing the attendance based on work constraints or family constraints.
Right.
Indeed, we lost almost all the users in these conferences. The U of GUADEC means users, and we don't see them that much anymore. The model we are proposing, we believe, would help in gathering again users to these conferences. Because if maybe this year we announced that the conference is going to be, we proposed in June, blah, blah, blah. It is not a fixed proposal. Again, everyone could say something. Maybe they are not able to join next year because we are announcing it too late. But once we state, okay, from this moment, it's going to be every year in this location, in this moment of the year, they know as a users that they have to prepare for the year after for that moment of the year. And they can prepare it, they can check the flight cost, hotel cost, they can wait for offers, they can ask to the employer, they can do whatever they need to do because they know with more than 1 year in advance where they want to be at that point of the year. Right now, we don't have a date and location both for LAS and GUADEC. LAS should happen in spring.
But does GUADEC move a lot as well with the time? I didn't know that.
It's usually in July, but doesn't have a fixed moment. It could be in June, it could be in July, it could be in August, but you don't know the exact dates. You don't know them, both for GUADEC and LAS. And now, mid-September, LAS should happen this spring in March, but we don't have dates and we don't have a location. And we don't know when this is going to be published because in this moment, there is no freaking idea.
How long do you...
So how many people is going to
usually
join?
find out?
I'm sorry?
How long before the event do the dates usually get published?
Technically, the last day of the event, you announce the dates and location of the following year.
Okay.
This year did happen for both GUADEC and LAS. I couldn't join Academy. Mauro should have joined it, but he was sick due to the previous conference travel and wasn't able to go there. I didn't check, honestly, if anything has been published. Also because officially is still running the event. The main event is completed, but it's still running.
Sure.
But yeah, usually you know it more or less 1 year in advance. But it's not guaranteed.
Right. So 2 things I wanted to add that I didn't before. One is when you have a set location, you have the ability to build a much stronger volunteer community because you know that it's always going to be there. So every year you can advertise volunteers. The volunteers from the prior year can come back. They can bring new people in, and you can build up. You can slowly build up a bigger event with more people that are helping out, because you're not just, getting rid of that entire group every single time, and then maybe 5 years from now it's back in that area. Maybe by that time they've moved on with other things and they can't help out now. So it's like you're kind of resetting every time. You have that core volunteer that's always going to be able to do it, but maybe you have people that will just want to help out 1 year, or they can't do it every single time. So you lose out on that ability to really build that base that helps out. And the other thing is, when you're trying to find sponsors, it's a lot harder to find sponsors when they don't know what the size of the event is going to be, because it's going to be in a different location. And if it's a local sponsor, well, you kind of need to build those relationships with them. And if it's always going to be moving, it's a lot harder to do that.
Yeah, and the press.
Yeah.
This year we have been able to have good press coverage. We have been on different newspapers. We have been on our radio. We've been on different social medias. But don't take these like I want to highlight myself, please. This happened because I wanted it.
Right.
This happened because I hired a journalist to help me to do the communication, to contact the newspapers, to do all this job. I invested personally, like a donation to the conference, to do that. And is 100% volunteering in time and money in the specific case, but is 100% volunteering. This is not going to happen in every edition. And indeed, like you said, also the volunteers to help during the conference, it's hard to find a new team every year in a different location. And about the sponsors, they look to numbers, 200% correct. They look to numbers. And they also look to how many events they have to sponsor. Because if you go to Canonical and say, Mauro, do you want to sponsor Guadec the month after? Mauro, do you want to sponsor LAS the month after? Mauro, do you want to sponsor Academy? Canonical has a budget. Red Hat has a budget. Igalia has a budget. Everyone has a budget. And it changes every year. Could be in positive, could be in negative. So, and those companies are covering the sponsorship of the event itself, to have their logo, to have their booth, to have their whatever. Plus, they are covering the travel costs to all the employees that are participating to the conference. So it's not only a matter of sponsorship allowance to the conference. The expenses to check are wider. So we believe that if we go to multiple sponsors to say, hey, we give you one bigger conference with all those perks and all those promises, will you give us a bigger allowance knowing we are not going to come back to you asking to sponsor also this and that, because those are merged all together? We believe that the sponsors are going to see that we are maybe asking a bigger sponsorship amount for the package, but they have less travel, less time spent, less general expenses, and a bigger result. And they are going to be happy about that. So, and this helps growing the conference, that then helps growing the communities, and helps gathering new members, new users, new contributors, new coverage. This is the travel we did in our mind.
The dream.
Yeah, it's the dream that is. We didn't only dream about it. We already made the travel to the goal. Mentally, we are already at the goal. When we
Are we
wrote
there yet? Are we there yet?
Eh, we published the proposal.
Yes.
The next step is on the communities to comment. Some already did, both on Mastodon and the discourse instances of the two communities. And then we need feedback from the two boards, from the GNOME board and the KDE board. We don't have it yet. So mentally we are there. Physically, something still needs to be done. What many don't know is that, and I'm not talking only about this proposal, I'm talking about conferences in general. What many don't know is that companies close the next year budget in September, October. So you can go to the sponsors in January saying, hey, I'm preparing this conference. Will you sponsor me? I personally did this mistake this year because I didn't use the correct window to ask sponsorships. And I missed some because I asked them in January. Because when I asked them in August was too early. In January was already too late. December, January was too late.
Right.
You have to ask them between mid-September, maximum mid-November. You have to hit that window, or you will have a no just because you are not in the correct time frame. So taking decisions too late in the year makes you destroy the dream.